up next on Good Morning El Paso, new allegations about the man training the horse that won the Sunland Derby. First, we were told his visa expired. Now, accusations that he was running away from legal troubles in the UK.
After months of controversy, the American flag dispute at a Cantillo school is over, what the school board and the developer finally agreed on. Also,
if we don't speak out, then we're letting them think that, we're okay with what's going on, and we're absolutely not okay with it.
The backlash continues against Indiana's religious freedom law. More states and businesses now joining the boycott.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC7's Good Morning El Paso.
Rise and shine. Good morning, El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez. I'm Stephanie Valle.
And I'm Floren. Good morning, everyone. It is 6 o'clock on this Tuesday morning. Time to talk to Crystal. She has a lot of changes in the forecast up and down the next few days, right?
Yep, that roller coaster effect still on your 7-day forecast today. We're actually pretty similar to yesterday in expectation for your weather. Here's a look at our clouds and radar map. We've got the clouds in place just like yesterday. We also have some light spots of rain that are picking up on radar, most though south of the international border. Slowly tracking to the northeast, meaning we do hold on to that 10% chance of rain, but it's just a 10% shot. At this point, not much rain actually making it into the borderland. In El Paso, we have dropped our temperature a bit, 66 what we're at now. Still feels pretty warm for this time of year. By warm, I mean it's actually nice out there. You don't need the jacket as you head out the door. Winds have dropped off to 7 miles per hour. In Las Cruces, we're now at 56 degrees, a mix of clouds and clearing skies, and our winds are light at just 3 miles per hour. Temperatures today, they're going to crank right back up. We're talking some of us upper 70s, others again into the 80s. We'll look at where you can expect your high to peak at coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Crystal, thank you. A heads up, if your child attends Lamar Elementary, there will be no school today. An El Paso School District spokesman tells ABC7 classes have been canceled because of a fire yesterday afternoon. Still no word today as to what caused it. We do know the damage estimate is about $50,000. District officials say 4th and 5th graders scheduled to take the STAR test today will now have to make it up tomorrow. If you are a teacher or an employee at the school, you still have to report today. They are asking that you go to the gym for your assignment. There will also be no school today for students and UTEP and El Paso Community College students. This is due to the observance of Cesar Chavez Day. Key campus offices will remain open with reduced staffs today.
If you live near Santa Teresa High School, get ready for some traffic closures today. An emergency drill will be held at the school. There will be signs letting nearby residents and drivers know the event's only an exercise. Officials say that drivers can expect road closures and delays on McNutt between 8 a.m. this morning and noon. The purpose of the exercise is to see how area agencies handle the detonation of a weapon of mass destruction. Law enforcement agencies will have to work together to help the victims and also get nearly 3,000 people in the area to safety. The exercise is expected to last about 6 hours. Well, for months now, we've reported on this controversy, the fight over a flag painted on the side of the new Silvestre Reyes Elementary School on the west side. Well, last night, the developer, Hunt Communities, decided to waive their color standards. That means that the Cañutillo School District can go ahead and move forward with plans for a flag painted on the side of the school.
Where it go on the flag?
In a letter last week, Hunt Communities told Cañutillo it would allow a flag, but only if the design met proper flag etiquette, and Cimarron residents agreed to it. 23% of the residents said yes in the poll. Only 10% disagreed with the flag, and get this, 67% did not respond. Despite the move forward, the board says this whole controversy could have been avoided.
I know we won. I hate to say that, hey, we won, and I'm unhappy. I'm very happy with that. I'm very proud of that. I just feel this could have been done in such a quick manner. It should have been done a long time ago. We should not have had so much misinformation. It just seems as if had Hunt personally come to this meeting and spoke with our representatives, I think we would have gone through this a lot easier.
The board now wants to know if Hunt Communities is willing to help pay for the new painted flag since the old one was painted over. Trustees are hoping for a face-to-face meeting with Hunt to iron out the details before the first day of school.
New this morning, we're learning more about the latest addition to the Socorro School District. Purple Heart Elementary is set to open this summer in Far East El Paso. It's located on the 14,400 block of GR Campusano near Montana and Rich Beam. Good morning, El Paso's Denise Olivas joins us live with the story. Denise.
Good morning. Parents and future students now know what to expect when they walk through the doors of Purple Heart Elementary School on July 28th. And if you missed last night's meeting, you still have another chance to attend a community meeting today, and I'll tell you more about that in just a bit. But first, let's take a look at the school that is quickly taking shape in Far East El Paso. Design-wise, Principal Jennifer Parker calls it the first of its kind. It'll have plenty of open spaces and hubs where students can work together in projects and step out of the traditional classroom every once in a while. Parker has told us in the past that students will be taught to start thinking about college at an early age. STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math will also be a large focus of the academic framework.
Our approach just isn't going to be traditional. You're going to see a lot of technology. We're going to have just a plethora of different varieties of technology for kids to be able to utilize to do research and to support them with their project-based learning.
And the nearby community has another chance to meet with Principal Parker today. A meeting will be held at Herschel Antwine Elementary School at 6 p.m. Of course, that's because, as you just saw, the school is still under construction right now. And that is located at 3830 Rich Beam Boulevard. And another interesting detail, this new school's mascot, Heroes. The students will be the Purple Heart Heroes. It's fitting for the school's name. Stephanie, back to you.
Yeah, exactly what I was going to say, Denise, there. Thank you. The horse Firing Line won the Sunland Derby a little more than a week ago, earning a spot in the iconic Kentucky Derby. And we're learning the horse's exercise rider is in trouble with immigration officials. You could see Irishman Paul Edery in the video. He's there in the brown suit. Immigration officials took Edery into custody last week at the El Paso International Airport after his visa expired. Edery's attorney tells ABC7 her client might spend months in custody before he is sent back home. Overnight, our round-the-clock team talked on the phone with a woman in England who says she's Edery's wife. She says Edery is in a lot of legal trouble back in the UK and that he fled to the U.S. on purpose. Of course, we will continue to investigate the situation and we'll keep you updated.
The reaction to Indiana's Religious Freedom Act is spreading coast to coast this morning. Indiana is feeling the heat as more states, cities, and businesses are now promising to boycott. ABC's Susan Salney has more.
The backlash against Indiana's new religious freedom law rages on this morning. Peaceful protesters gathered in Indiana to voice their concerns that the law will legalize discrimination against gay men and women.
If we don't speak out, then we're letting them think that, we're okay with what's going on, and we're absolutely not okay with it.
The Indianapolis Star newspaper is making its editorial message about the law in bold type on this morning's front page. Fix this now. Republican leaders in the Indiana General Assembly are scrambling to contain the controversy and possibly clarify the law to show that it does not allow discrimination. Indiana Governor Mike Pence, writing in the Wall Street Journal, says the law is simply misunderstood. Unfortunately, the law has stirred a controversy and in recent days has been grossly misconstrued as a license to discriminate. Outside Indiana, an avalanche of criticism. Connecticut has joined Washington state in banning taxpayer-funded travel to Indiana. Companies such as Apple and Angie's List have voiced loud critiques, and the NCAA, headquartered in Indiana, is reconsidering its investment there.
We have to say, all right, what are we going to do if this law goes into effect in July, and what's our relationship with the state of Indiana going to be?
Indiana Democrats say they have a solution to all the problems: repeal the law. Meanwhile, similar legislation is being considered in Arkansas, Georgia, and Texas. Susan Salney, ABC News, Washington.
At 6:09, taking a look at our TxDOT traffic cameras, still pretty quiet over there on I-10 and Paisano in central El Paso. The sky is still pretty dark outside, but of course we start to see things pick up in that area as the morning progresses.
It's almost that time, isn't it? Well, we are just a critical few hours away from the deadline for the ongoing nuclear Iran talks.
A look at what exactly is blocking an agreement. And today marks 20 years since the death of singer Selena. How her hometown plans to honor the Tejano Queen.
And we'll check in with Crystal right now for a look at that forecast. Good morning.
Good morning. Our forecast looking pretty similar to yesterday. So will we get any rain? We'll talk about that with your Raincast after the break.
Thanks, Crystal. This is ABC 7, where news comes first.